welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you a tutorial on a cute little crossbody bag that I'm making for my youngest daughter Emma for Christmas. And I want to apologize for not getting some of my videos out this week that I had planned on getting out for last minute gifts. I tell you, I have never been so behind on making Christmas gifts as I have been this year. And I don't know if it's because I've chosen to crochet a lot and that's time consuming, but I tell you, I have been in crocheting and making like a mad woman. So I am going to try my best to get as many of those tutorials up on my channel over the weekend as possible. So if you have last minute things that you want to do, then you can use these ideas if you want. So the story behind this bag is I made this bag for Emma for Christmas last year and she loved it. Now she's 15 now. She was 14 then, and she told me this was her favorite bag ever that she's ever had. And it's the first one I've ever made for her. So she got a new phone this year, and the case on her phone made her phone a little bit too big for the purse that I made her last year. So she specifically asked for another purse, same style, with just a little bit bigger so that her phone would fit in it nicely. So that's what we're doing today. I don't know the exact finishing measurements this will be, so I will measure it at the end. But what I did was I took her existing bag and I added a couple of inches, I think about 2.5 inches to it in width. I'm keeping the height pretty much the same because I think it was fine, but it needs to be a little bit wider. So let me tell you what you're going to need for this project, and this is so simple, so simple. I learned how to make this bag on the YouTube channel Whitney Sews. So go check her out because she's got amazing sewing tutorials and they're so simple. And this is a lined bag, so there's lining in it, and you will not believe how easy this is. We're going to utilize French seams to make it super simple. So what you're going to need is 2 zippers because it's a double pocket bag. And these are way too long for my project, but I actually prefer that. For me, it makes putting a zipper in a whole lot easier to have a zipper that's too long. Just as long as they're like the nylon plastic kind. So I've got 2 zippers. And I'm going to show you what I've done ahead of time. So there's 2 pieces. There's 2 zipper bags to this overall bag. So you will need your outer fabric and your lining fabric for each piece, okay? Now, mine measure for the big pocket, I've got 21 by 13. So I've got my outer and my lining, 21 by 13. And then for the smaller bag we're gonna layer on top of it, that one is also 13. So 13 is our width that we're gonna use, and by 16. So this is 13 by 16. Now what I've done ahead of time is I've placed these fabrics wrong sides together. And I've sewed a very small seam allowance and I've sewed them together, okay? So we have right side and right sides facing out, and these are now sewed together. And I've done the same thing for the other piece, okay? Right side's facing out, right side's facing out, and then I sewed a seam. Let me see if I can get that unblurry. And I've sewed them together all the way around, okay? For the zip, you also need 2 D-rings. Okay, these are 1-inch D-rings. And what I did was, out of whichever fabric you want, this is going to be my tallest bag that the D-rings are actually going to sit on. So I made them with the matching material. I cut a 3 by 3 inch square of material, folded it in half, opened it up, folded each side into that middle crease, ironed it, and then I folded it together And then I sewed down both sides, put it through my D-ring, and I just tacked it on the end to prepare that to go into the bag. Okay, so I think we're ready to start. So what I'm going to do first, I'll start with the smaller bag, is we're going to do zippers first, okay? So the trick to zippers is that you've got to remember right sides together. It's the same kind of simple rule for sewing. So this is my outer piece that's going to face out on my bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my zipper right side down on top of it. Let me get some clips. Okay, can you tell that my kids have been sewing? Because I don't know where any of my stuff is. Here they are. They are not in the right place. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place my zipper right side down, and I'm going to clip it in place. Now, if you're an experienced sewer and you don't like to clip things in place, that's fine. I just like to take the time to do it so I can ensure that my zipper goes on straight. Okay, so I've got my zipper and my fabric right sides together. Okay, now I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. And I'm just going to sew this on. Taking out the clips as I go. And I'm going to back stitch at the beginning and end. Okay, give me just one moment because I messed up a little bit, so I just need to pause and fix it.